Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 159 of Enter Crypto, where twice a day I keep you informed and fully up to date on all things crypto. If that sounds like something you would be interested in, then subscribe to my channel. I put out a new video every 12 hours. So today we're going to be talking about an article from CNBC's tech section, and it's titled SEC Commissioner Peirce publicly rebukes her agency, Gensler on crypto regulation. So this is, of course, talking about the recent decision to sue KRAKEN, and they having to pay basically to settle with a $30 million fine, if you can call it a fine. It's a settlement. So let's go through the article and we'll comment along the way. SEC Commissioner HESTER Peirce issued a public dissent to her agency's enforcement action against crypto exchange KRAKEN. Peirce said that the current regulatory environment made it impossible for crypto-related offerings to even gain approval. Peirce's dissent comes as SEC Chair Gary Gensler continues to crack down on crypto-related offerings and companies. HESTER Peirce of the SEC publicly rebuked her agency's crypto enforcement, calling it paternalistic and lazy, and asking if a hostile regulator is the best solution for the industry. Peirce, who was appointed to her post as commissioner by President Donald Trump in 2018, wrote in a statement on Thursday that she disagreed with the SEC's assertion that the shutdown of crypto exchange KRAKEN's staking program was a win for investors. The SEC action against KRAKEN, which was settled without an admission or denial of wrongdoing, alleged that the exchange engaged in the unregistered offer and sale of securities through its crypto lending platform. Peirce said that's not the primary issue. Whether one agrees with the analysis or not, a more fundamental question is whether SEC registration would have been possible, Peirce wrote. In the current climate, crypto-related offerings are not making it through the SEC's registration pipeline. Without directly mentioning SEC Chair Gary Gensler, Peirce took aim at what Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong described on Wednesday night as the SEC's regulation by enforcement. Using enforcement actions to tell people what the law is in an emerging industry is not an efficient or fair way of regulating, Peirce wrote. Gensler, lawmakers, and the White House have called for more robust regulation of the cryptocurrency industry, but Gensler and the SEC Enforcement Division under his control have moved far more aggressively than the Department of Justice or policymakers to tamp down on the crypto industry. In a press release announcing the KRAKEN settlement, SEC Enforcement Director Gobir Grewal said that the action was a step to curtail companies whose investors lack the disclosures they deserve and are harmed when they do not receive them. Peirce, who dissented on the enforcement action, indirectly disputed the premise of that assertion. Most concerning, though, is that our solution to a failure to register violation is to shut down entirely a program that has served people well, she wrote. However, whether we need a uniform regulatory solution, and if that regulatory solution is best provided by a regulator that is hostile to crypto in the form of an enforcement action, is less clear. So that's the article. There's two things going on here. I don't think that Gary Gensler is anti-crypto. It's not accurate to say that, and it's really unfair because he's definitely pro-Bitcoin. Whether he's pro-rest of crypto or not, it remains to be seen. He just refuses to comment on it when asked about it. When asked about Ethereum or anything like that, he's hinted that they are securities in his opinion, but we don't have anything rock solid from him with nothing written down or anything like that. He just doesn't comment, or he just avoids the question completely. So we still don't know what the SEC views the rest of crypto as. Whether we are commodities or whether we're securities, whether we're property or currencies, we just don't know. Nobody knows. The other thing is that, so I don't think she's right on that. The other thing to remember is that of the 5 commissioners, so the SEC has basically 5 commissioners, and they sort of run the SEC. 3 of those 5 commissioners are Democrats, and currently, and one is I believe is an independent, and the other one is HESTER Peirce, who this article is about, and she's a Republican. So you've got basically a Republican disagreeing with a Democrat, because Gary Gensler is a Democrat. He's also the chair of the SEC. So that might give you some background as to why she's disagreeing. So quickly, and it might also explain why it's a little bit unfair in what she's saying. I'm not sympathetic to Democrats, I'm not pro and I'm not against Democrats. This channel is apolitical, but just to let you know that they are both different parties, and so you can see why it's quite easy for them to disagree. Another interesting article. We'll see. I don't think the SEC is actually trying to go after crypto. I think they understand also that they can't. They can only go after the companies, as well, as I always say on this channel, and they know that. They know that they can only go after. So that's what they're doing. They're going after KRAKEN, which is an exchange, and Coinbase. But she does have a point on saying that it's very difficult for crypto companies to actually register with the SEC and to be compliant. You know, Brian Armstrong of Coinbase has repeatedly said he's trying to get in touch with the Securities Commission, and going through Gary Gensler and going through all the avenues. And I mean, this is a multi-billion-dollar business that he's running, and he can't get through to them. He can't get in touch with them and register. So if he can't register, he runs a risk of basically being sued after. Remember, the SEC is a civil. Can only bring civil charges against you. It cannot bring criminal charges against you. So it's very basically, Brian Armstrong keeps saying it's very difficult for anybody to register with them because the SEC is kind of keeps saying they've got an open door, but in reality, it says there's no way to get through to them, no way to talk. There's no registration process for crypto companies. So I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll have to wait and see what the future holds, and see when when we get more information as it presents itself. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Remember, everybody, to please subscribe to the channel, join my team, and I will keep you updated on all things crypto every 12 hours. Don't forget to smash the like button if you feel you got value from this video, and I'll see you all in 12 hours time.